How's it going, everybody? Zach is back here, and I guess I'm bringing you the final episode, the final installment of this series, the road to my first ultramarathon, the Resilient Service Members 50K in Raccoon Creek State Park, just outside of Pittsburgh. Without further ado, I guess I just want to start off by saying I have a whole vlog documenting that entire day, and I guess the lead up the day before to it, kind of how I prep for things. I'm gonna be releasing that the day after I upload this, and I'm recording this on Monday, November 13th. It's been 2 days since the race. This should be up on Tuesday, the 14th, and then expect the full vlog the day after that on Wednesday. If you want to skip ahead to that, you're more than welcome to. You don't have to watch this, but if you want to see the full week, as I normally do, be sure to watch this, and then maybe watch the vlog when that gets uploaded, just to get that out there and save the people who maybe don't want to waste their time. Anyway, the race went really well. I'll tell you that much. I didn't really know what to expect. As you can see right here, I've got this. You see that? They don't just give that to everybody. The 2023 overall 50K male champion. I won, but I'm not going to act like it was some big deal because it wasn't a big race. I think there were about 22, 23 people that finished the 50K. I'm still very proud of how I did. There was over 5,000 feet of elevation gain and 31 miles. It was a perfect 50K. I didn't know what to expect going into it, but I worked really hard, got my ass kicked. Today is the first day that I can somewhat maneuver around on my legs normally. Yesterday I was essentially a vegetable. Let's go back to Monday, a couple days before the race. On Monday, I started off with 5 easy miles in the New Balance More V4s. All of my miles this week were easy up until the race. I was tapering, and I know a lot of people have different philosophies on how to approach tapering, especially for something as endearing as an ultra marathon. And I'm sure you have much more experience than me, but just let me work through these things and come out on the other side and hopefully build up my own philosophies and things that work for me. Do you have any tips going forward on how maybe I can improve and maybe alleviate some problems that pop up? As you will see in the vlog, there were a lot of them. Let me know in the comments.
What's going on, everybody? It is Monday morning, the start of what's gonna be, hopefully, a very positive, uplifting, and fun week. It's race week, and we're gonna start it off with 5 easy miles. Mile 1, and whew, started things off with a hilly ass mile. I'm gonna be honest with you guys, after running a couple miles at Fossil Cliffs, it's single track. In case you didn't watch last week's video, I'm pretty damn nervous now. I didn't do enough running on trails like that. Actually, that was like the only time I've ran in the last few weeks on single track. So I'm gonna get my ass literally beaten down to a pulp, and it's gonna be all grit. I'm scared. I'm kind of panicking right now, but at this point, the hay's in the barn. There's not really anything I can do to prepare further at this point. Maybe get 1 or 2 more easy runs in there, but that's it. According to my watch, I'm going 7:15 pace right now. And the amount of effort, the extra effort you have to put in to hit a pace like that on that terrain is crazy. I didn't have an idea how fast I wanted to go before. I still don't. It's definitely not gonna be as fast as I was probably thinking in my head deep down. I was kind of thinking to myself, maybe like sub 8. I'd be happy with 7:59. I don't know if I can do that. I can do it on this shit, but that's a completely different world. 2.5 miles. Let's go home. Oh, would you look at that? It's also time for me to become a hypochondriac. Every little thing that happens, every time I maybe twist my ankle or stub my toe or get a little sniffle, I'm gonna think to myself, it's over. You know when dogs do this thing with their paw and act like they're hurt, but they're really not? That's kind of me at this point. I really can't believe I'm gonna go a full month. I'm gonna make it to the race without any problems with my hip. What the heck is going on? Moral of the story? Skip your lifts and don't stretch. 5 miles to start off this Monday morning, this week. I'm not sure how I'm gonna go forward this week with mileage. I'm just gonna kind of do it by feel, sharpen up where I can and where I feel like I need to, and we'll go from there.
Tuesday wasn't much different from Monday. I did another 5 miles. This time, I took out the Asics Gel Nimbus 25s. At this point in the week, I'm starting to become a little more anxious. You may not notice it in the videos, but just a lot of things, you know, I'm kind of on edge all the time. That's what racing does to me. I really enjoy the process of building up and getting in good shape, But the days before a race is literally the most nightmarish thing for me. Fortunately, for whatever reason, I wasn't as nervous as I would normally be for a race. I think it's because, I don't know how to word this, I view ultra running as a little bit more laid back, if that makes any sense. I don't want to downgrade the work and the effort that goes into it. But it's just like, I'm not going out at like 5-minute pace. You're running further, so you're gonna go slower, right? I don't know, it just doesn't stress me out as much. But obviously, I'm still stressed out. I'm gonna shut up now.
Woo! Yeah, baby! Look at me, it's Tuesday in the middle of November, and I'm shirtless. It's 58 degrees. When I saw that, I was like, holy shit, we gotta do it. And we're out here for another 5 today. Just chilling. You guys can't hear it, but somebody over there is also blasting Baba O'Reilly right now. This morning can't get any better. 2.5 miles. Been averaging about 7:10s. Very easy, very steady. Feeling good. Daylight savings is so fucking clutch this time of year. It has completely fixed my sleep schedule. I'm going to bed at a decent time and waking up early. I'm so happy. And it's so nice like running in the morning and it not being pitch black. Not that I'm up that early most days to run in the dark, but you know what I mean. I've been thinking a lot about just upcoming races, stuff I want to do after this, because I'm trying not to go into another limbo state like I did last time after this one. Planning ahead. But yes, Zach, focus up, brother. You got to take care of this one first. It's not just ultras, but more specifically marathons. Still have to do more research on those ultra races because I don't really know what's available after this. This marathon in particular just came to me through Sammy the Whammy. It's been something that's been on my mind recently, just thinking about it, and honestly, I think it's perfect for what I need. It's a couple months before the Pittsburgh Marathon, so I'd have time to rest, recover, and build up a little bit more, because I'm definitely doing that. This one's in February, it's flat, and it'll be warm. Another 5 miles this morning. Taper is going very smoothly. I'm not sure if I'm gonna run tomorrow. We will see. Once again, literally up until Saturday, I'm just gonna be doing whatever I feel like, whatever I feel is necessary. So if I want to run tomorrow, I will. If not, then no, maybe I'll take a long ass walk.
After my Tuesday run, I went to work and did some more stretching. I stretched a couple times before the race, but not too much, not nearly as much as I probably should have. Then on Wednesday, I took Wednesday off. My first off day, that was a day that I actually had scheduled to take off. I was like, I'm not doing it. And once again, taking advantage of that taper week. I love taper weeks. Then we got a couple more miles in that Thursday morning. Got a little more practice in the Peregrine, some last minute miles at Settlers Cabin Park. This was kind of a scary day because now the nerves are really starting to creak in. And Thursday, I didn't feel good at all. Like, I'm talking, I felt really bad. So now I'm just like, oh my God, dude, how am I gonna do a full 50K in 2 days? I'm screwed, it's over. I'm going to drop out. Here's the thing. I couldn't afford to drop out of a race again. I dropped out of Pittsburgh and I had a dramatic buildup for that race. It was a long ass series that I did for months. It was so embarrassing to drop out of that. So I just had to sack it up and just get through it.
Just arrived at Settlers Ridge and we're gonna do a couple miles today. Get some more single track practice. And this is actually good, it rained because it's gonna be a little slippery. It'll help prepare me in case we get the worst case scenario. 4 to 5 miles probably. My watch is about to die, so we gotta do the boring thing today and do album bags. So we're at 1 mile right now. I'm gonna turn around, just head back, and then out 1 mile, back 1 mile, call it 4 on the day. It's so funny though, I can tell this is so much easier than Fossil Cliffs. Obviously, I'm not on the hilliest portion right now, but the terrain is just so much more gradual here. Tonight's the most important sleep. They always say the best night to get a good night's rest before a race is 2 nights before. It would appear that everybody is starting to get sick right now. My brother's sick. My dad was just saying how he thinks he's getting sick. Now I'm worried, because I'm like, right on cue, wouldn't it be just great if I woke up sick the morning of the race? I've been healthy for so long. Please. Like, as I was going to bed last night, my throat was a little sore. I was starting to panic. It's like, no! You gotta be fucking kidding me. But I feel fine now. Although I feel really flat today. Like, I don't feel good. As long as I feel like shit today, and not bad the morning of the race. Watch really fucked up that last mile, but this is where I started. It hit me like 150 meters back that way. It's 6:41. No, we're not going that fast. See what our final time is, assuming the watch survives. Well, watch is back on it apparently. Right on the marker. 3 miles at 22:12. Let's keep going. 1 mile to go. This thing is driving me insane. You see it just slapping off my face the whole time? I'm not going to use these bottles when I race. I'm going to wear the vest itself though, because I want to use the pockets for stuff like my phone, camera, and my goos and whatnot. The 6-8 stations should be fine for me. They'll come up every so often, so. If things hold up, it's looking like we're gonna have really good weather on race day though. No rain, it's gonna be nice and dry, but chilly, like high 30s, low 40s, which is perfect. I'll go out in shorts like this, be cold for the first few miles, then I'll be good. That's the plan. Obviously, Pittsburgh weather is always subject to change. 4 miles. I can't believe my watch survived that. I'm happy with that. I just feel like I'm working a little hard right now. We're gonna rest up, probably do one little jog tomorrow, and then it's go time.
Then after that run, went to work again, did some more stretching and some Theragun work, and just hoping for the best. I just need to do whatever I can in these final hours to just get ready for the race. Now we move on to Friday. It's the day before the race, but this is really when the race starts. This is when the big preparation starts. You've got to fuel yourself. You've got to get good sleep. On Friday, did 3 really easy miles. I wore the Brooks Glycerin 21s, and fortunately, I seem to be doing a lot better. The legs felt fresh, felt good.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, it all comes down to this. We're gonna do 3 very, very easy miles today, and then tomorrow's the big day. I'm very excited. I thought I'd be a little more anxious, but I'm just ready to go. I mean, I'm sure it'll hit me tonight and tomorrow morning, but for now, let's take advantage of it. I'm just ready to move on to the next thing. And the things I have planned, I'm very excited for. But naturally, let's just enjoy this experience for now while it's here. 1.5 miles at about 11:40. Let's take a moment to stop patting myself on the back. And let's give a quick shout out to all of you watching right now. I know there's quite a few of you that have stayed here since the beginning. You've been around before and will probably stay after for whatever reason. I don't know. I really appreciate you guys watching, cheering me on. It really helps me train and get into shape. Honestly, I couldn't do it without this channel. Like, it gives me so much motivation. We've got a lot to do today. And by the way, I got a really good night of sleep last night. 3 nice and easy miles this morning. I'm in a good place right now. The legs felt fresh today compared to yesterday. Oh, and I'll also have you know, when I was getting ready for this run, I hit my knee going light speed off of my desk. See? That's enough to make anybody cry, but that's how tough I've gotten over the last few weeks. That's what running in my training regimen can do for you.
And I came back, did some sprint drills and striders just to kind of sharpen that blade a little bit, tune myself up. That was all she wrote, man. I just had to kind of chill out and wait until the next day. So we did. Now it's race morning. Once again, I don't want to put all of the vlog stuff into this, so just kind of let me talk it out and be patient until I get out the full thing, because I think it'll be better that way. Woke up at 5 in the morning. I got good sleep. I didn't really roll around too much the night before, which was great. Woke up a couple times to pee, but other than that, I felt refreshed when I woke up, felt ready to go, hopped out of bed like a little kid on Christmas morning. Naturally, was quite nervous, just trying to find humor in the idea that I was going to do this, and I arrived, and I just gotta say, it was set up really well, and it was like a very intimate sort of race. There wasn't like hundreds of people, but there were enough people there that I felt comfortable. I didn't feel awkward, like, oh, I'm the only one here, but not anything like that, but also enough that I felt like, okay, this is legitimate. Like, these people are serious. This is gonna be a fun time. We're all gonna have a great experience together, sharing these trails. The gun went off. It was like 37 degrees Fahrenheit for all of you non-Americans out there, I guess. And I was in shorts. I had gloves on. I felt so good. I just took off. By taking off, I meant I went out at a reasonable pace. It wasn't too fast. Unfortunately, what happened to me later on as the race went forward, I hit my first mental barrier around around the halfway point, but I got over that, got to mile 20, and that's when the real race began. That's when the head game started. My body physically began to reject what I was doing. I was not prepared to run on these trails. Single track, the terrain, I just wasn't prepared. I was rolling my ankles left and right, like just so many times. I'm so sore. I also took a gnarly fall at mile 12. There was like blood on my face, but I got up from that. I think I have a mild concussion from it. I'm just joking. I had to do a lot of running and then walking a lot of the hills towards the end because I couldn't I had no drive in my knees because the cramping. Like there were logs and stuff that if I tried to jump over, I would get like these, I don't know how else to explain it, but Charlie horses in my hamstrings, in like the muscle above my knees. It was just like a nightmare, and I just refused to quit, and that's why I'm super proud of this. My finishing time was about 4 hours and 48 minutes. Definitely didn't negative split it, but it's definitely a race that I'm really proud of how it finished out because it was about 5,500 feet of climb, which is absurd in my humble opinion. I had a really positive first ultramarathon experience, and that's what I was looking for. So I'm just thinking about the future, kind of where I want to go next, and I definitely see more ultras on the horizon. I have a couple races already thought out and I guess planned at this point, which I will talk about in a further near future video. We also finished with 48 miles on the week, so not too bad. How this race played out too for me from the very beginning, right when I learned about what it even was, it's such a good tale for life itself. Fortuitously, a guy comes into work and starts talking about this race when I was in deep limbo, having no idea what I wanted to do next with my life. He brings it up and I just immediately latched onto it. Little thought. And I think a lot of times it's so important to do stuff like that. We get so caught up in this idea of, we have to have everything planned out and super structured. Otherwise, it's just going to be chaos and everything's going to fall apart. And maybe so. Maybe things are going to go to shit because of this quick action, these quick decisions with little thought. A lot of times they really make for such an exciting story and such an awesome experience. Look at me. Because that happened to me, I got to share this experience with you guys, make these videos, and also run and win my first ultra marathon. As little as it was, it means so much to me, and it's got me so excited about training and what's going to happen going forward. Take whatever lesson you want from that. Thanks so much, guys, for tuning into the series. Once again, if you enjoyed it, I really appreciate it. I've had a lot of positive comments from all of you, a lot of great support, and it really helped me get through it. But I'm so ready to up the ante, get into better shape, really push this while I'm still young and see what we can do, If you enjoyed, be sure to give the video a like rating. I'd really appreciate it. And subscribe if you haven't already. I'd also really appreciate that. Vlog is coming, once again, the day after this video is uploaded, so I think you're really going to enjoy that. I feel like I've been yapping for a really long time. With that being said, thank you all so much, and watch me put on this medal like a true champion as we sign off. See you later.